Hello, good morning, and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Thursday, May the 2nd. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid, though, so this could play out today. This could play out at any point in time. The message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, leave behind the rest. I always like to talk about what goes up in the cosmos, what goes on up in the cosmos, what I get through in a meditative session when it comes to the energies for the day. And then I like to jump in with the cards. So please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Please feel free to like the video, comment on the video, and share the videos. Did you see that light flick? So I don't know what's going on in the energies, but anyway, that was really interesting. Very, very interesting. So we do have Pluto stationing retrograde today. So I think Spirit's being really loud on this one. That kind of freaked me out. It really sidetracked me there. Okay, so Pluto stations retrograde today. It's going to be retrograde until October the 11th this year. It's going to be dipping back into Capricorn on September the 1st. I'm very disoriented right now. So I think that's what this Pluto retrograde energy is bringing in, like disorientation. So we also have the moon in Aquarius forming a square to Uranus today, along with a square to Jupiter in the energies, and then the moon's going to go into Pisces, and so the moon is also going to be sextile Venus. We got a lot of energies coming in today. What I kept hearing was home stretch, the final cleanup. We're in the final cleanup when it comes to these Capricornian theme cycles connected to Plutonian energies. And so this is the last time, the very, very last time that Pluto will dip back into Capricorn, and that's it. We're done. And then it's going to be back into Aquarius, and we're done, and we're fully in the age of Aquarius. And so this is a really important message today. If you are not a channel member, you are going to want to join and be a channel member, because today on the live at noon, I am going to be talking about how Pluto is going to be affecting all of us personally as it transits through each of the houses within our birth charts. And so if you are interested in growth and learning and doing the work and figuring out how these energies are personally going to be affecting you over the next 5 or 6 months, you're not going to want to miss this live at noon. And so that's Eastern Standard Time. There will be a video card link above, and there is also a link below if you would like to join and become a channel member. You're not going to want to miss this live. And so we have one last chance, I feel, to clean things up. And so we're stirring things up. I feel these energies are stirring things up, connected to like the last 20 years of your life. So get ready to shift into new earth. Get ready to do the deep dive if you haven't done it. And so for me, I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. I'm getting a lot of energies coming through. Pluto is oscillating between my 12th and my 11th house this retrograde. And what I want to say is fixed signs, get ready. Cardinal signs, get ready, especially cardinal signs at the 29-degree mark. Get ready. I feel power struggles are going to be likely, especially in the energies today. It is the energy of going into the psychological depths of our emotions, of our thought processes, and this Plutonian square energy, or the moon square energy, is going to be intensifying all of these themes. So let's talk about the moon energy a little bit, because this is creating an added tension, I feel, in the energies. And so it's a tension, right? We all have emotional needs, and then we all have this desire for change, and fixed energies don't like change. And so I feel right now in the energies, there's a lot of family relationships likely being upheaved. There's a lot of intense emotional upheaval going on in the collective. I was shown the Fool with the Ace of Wands. And so there is a very strong desire for freedom and independence. Accidents too. I wanted to put a warning there. Accidents are likely, I feel, over the coming days, because beliefs are being challenged. Thought processes are going to be scattered. And so we're at a critical moment in the collective. We are never going to have this moment again. And so I feel a lot of people right now are questioning everything. They're questioning their beliefs. They're questioning everything in their lives over the last 20 years. And when the moon enters into Pisces later today, this is going to be a deep seeking energy, like a deep dive, a seeking as to what is going to bring us emotional fulfillment. Pisces energy, I feel, is encouraging positive energy in relationships. It's encouraging open, honest communication, I feel, and it's this deep seeking of connection and harmony. And so if you're going through upheaval, you need to be mindful. You're going to need to be mindful because we can't play into obsessions. Pluto can bring up obsessions. And there is an important need, I feel, to balance indulgence with personal growth. And so be mindful of overindulging in the company of friends. That's exactly what I wrote in my little chicken scratch here. Be mindful to not overindulge in the company of friends, because I do think that's indicating a lot of false friendships. If you're in a group of friends and all you do is get together and drink all the time, that is very low vibe. If you're gossiping, if you're drinking, it's low vibe. I don't know who this message is for. Somebody out there needs this message. So just be mindful of overindulging, partying in the company of false friends. We are here to evolve. And so I feel this Pluto retrograde is a strong reflection on social interactions as well. So I also want to mention there is a twin flame download that I got the other day, and I'm hoping I have enough time to record it before the live at noon today. And if not, then look for that in the coming days. But I got a major download when it comes to the twin flame awakening and the spiritual development of the twin flame collective. So keep an eye out for that one coming out soon too. Okay, let's get into it. Let's jump in with the cards. And because we're in the Plutonian theme, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep going with the Hearts Hidden Secrets deck. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I just feel, oh, look at that healing on the bottom of the deck. So I always post shuffle before I put all my cards away, and then I kind of get a little surprised when I open up the box the next time. So we get healing, and look at that, healing pride, healing ego. And so there is a need for boundaries. There is a need to know when to say enough is enough. When it comes to a situation, Pluto comes to bring an ending or a reckoning or a death to something that just isn't working. And I feel it's connected to beliefs, relationships, and patterns. And so there is a major releasing, purifying, and cleansing. That's so interesting. Before I jumped on to record this message, I went to take my little pupperoonie out to go to the bathroom. And I was standing in the back, and it's a very weird energy today, and I had immense cramps again, like in my back area around the sacral chakra. And so I thought to myself, there's got to be a massive collective purge going on. I feel all of these energies. So I feel there's a collective releasing, a collective purifying and cleansing going on, especially connected to arrogance, ego, and stubbornness. And we did have the year of the tiger. Now we're in the year of the dragon. And so this is about learning boundaries, releasing shallow, hollow relationships in any form, friendships, love relationships. And so collectively, we've been in this portal, I think, of boredom, of a void. And so healing foundations, healing generational foundations, beliefs. A lot of us have established family patterns that have repeated after generation. And it brings us a certain sense of security, right? We all have a comfort zone. We all have a sense of home. And sometimes that sense of home, that sense of security from childhood isn't exactly healthy. And then we keep recreating those same unhealthy cycles over and over and over again within our romantic relationships. We keep calling in the same wound to get to that seed point so we can stop recreating the same pattern, that same fixed family belief. And so we're changing tracks, we're healing. And so there's a whole generation of healers, I feel, coming back online, going through this awakening. We are in the portal of the Great Awakening. And so this is it. I feel we got to keep working on ourselves. So what is coming through in the energies today with Pluto stationing retrograde? What is coming through? keep in mind, guys, this reading is not sign specific. I will call out any zodiac signs that do need mentioning, or that I feel need mentioning, that you could be dealing with. And so this is interesting. I'm going to get them all out, and we're going to talk about these energies before we dip in with the tarot. So owning some past mistakes. First and foremost, victimhood, releasing victimhood. A lot of us on the awakening path, we are paying back family karma, family mistakes, right? And we're learning to nourish ourselves. We're focused on self-growth. I feel Empress energy. I always feel an Empress with this card. And so the Empress can grow anything, right? There's nothing that keeps a woman down for long when she knows how to go internally and do that soul searching, that soul finding. And so I feel a feminine energy that has gone through a period of self-growth, is self-focused. And so that's what this retrograde energy is bringing in. Maybe a healing of some past misunderstandings. It's a look back at the past and owning our past mistakes. We can't really progress forward until we take complete and total ownership of all of our mistakes. And let me tell you, I've hurt people too. I've broken a lot of hearts along the way, and I've had my heart broken many times over. And we all hurt somebody. We're all the bad guy in somebody's story, right? And so the journey really is about self. And so I do feel there's a need to release any victim mentalities. We're never really lost. And so if you don't know the path forward, that's when you have to become the path, and you kind of create the path yourself. And there's a need to recognize where you keep yourself stuck, tied down, or held captive in an old belief, I feel. And so where you keep yourself stuck in fear, or where you're overly cautious because you're afraid and apprehensive to start something new when it comes to a committed relationship because of the past pain. And so not everybody's going to be a repetition of a past mistake when we own it and we recognize the pattern. So I'm going to show you what fell out now. And oh, look at this. We get soulmates. We get commitment. We get second chance. This has been coming through very loud, and now I just heard a great big thud upstairs. The energy is very interesting today. I hope everything's okay. Oh, we get running and we get curse. So I feel we got a runner here. We got a runner here that is feeling cursed, feeling hexed, is in a very negative mindset. I feel somebody that might have ghosted you, disappeared on you, had played the disappearing act. And you know what? We can run from our problems, and we can move all the way across the other side of the world. But those problems, we can't run from the problems, because the problem, hearing that Taylor Swift song, I'm the problem, it's me. Okay, so you can't run from yourself. And so I feel the running energy is bringing forward a mirroring soul energy. And so Twin Flame has been very loud again in the readings recently. And so there is a second chance, a reconciliation on the table. Somebody has to find their strength to maybe go back to something that they were running away from, maybe go back to somebody that they ghosted or disappeared from. And I think somebody is receiving some bad karma. They're feeling cursed. Maybe they feel like you hexed them, or you put a spell on them, because there's deep love here. Somebody here has been running from their past mistakes. I think maybe they misunderstood the depth or the intensity of a connection, or maybe they even misunderstood you. Maybe they thought you were a witch and you did some witchcraft on them and you hexed them. And so that's interesting. And so the October energy is coming through too. And Pluto will go direct on October the 11th. So we could have a runner not coming back until the Pluto retrograde is over. But this Pluto retrograde, I do feel, is bringing in a second chance when it comes to twin souls, twin flame, soulmate connections, where there is deep love and unity, where you are here to come into union and to share about connection, unconditional love. There is a promise of commitment coming in here. And so somebody, I feel, really needs to make amends in order to create an opportunity for a clean slate. But there's a lot of underlying pain here. And I do think there's fear of intimacy, but there's some type of bonding going on here. And there could be a soul tie, a soul bond here that also needs to be cleared. And we can create negative attachments by going back and keep looking back and keep looking back. And so I do highly suggest, if you are on a twin soul journey and you keep looking back, stop looking back, start looking forward, start doing the work on self. Oh, that was my little one with the bathroom stool. I can hear her. I don't know what she's doing upstairs in the bathroom. She's probably doing her makeup. So I do think there's a cautiousness here. And somebody does want to come in and return and apologize and seek some forgiveness. And so I think they were running and now they're chasing. They were running from you and now they're in hot pursuit of you. And they've really been thinking about you. I feel missing you, craving you. So there is a promise of commitment coming in today, especially with this Pluto retrograde. So pay attention to any unresolved patterns when it comes to a running, chasing dynamic. Let's get a couple oracle messages before jumping in with the tarot. Yeah, self-care. There's that nourishing energy again. And shine in your light. So I do feel there is a divine feminine coming through. There's that Empress energy I feel again on this card that has really mastered infusing her journey with self-love, self-care, self-growth, self-seeking, and really brought the energy internal. So I feel like almost like a divine feminine coming into some type of internal union. 1613, I noticed on the timer, that might be significant. You might have that karmic debt in your numerology. I know I got 16 and 13 in mine, but we do have a divine feminine here that has shone the light. And maybe that's this divine feminine's purpose, is to guide others towards the light, to guide others towards the healing light. And we could have a divine feminine that is assisting the collective for their awakening as well. So let's see what needs to come through with this deck, karmic lesson. And the presence card came out, but as it fell, I heard patience. So somebody here has really had to learn to master patience. You know, sometimes we want things right now, and I get it. When you want things, you want it right now, and that's an unhealed childhood wound. When you throw a tantrum like a child, is because there's an unhealed childhood wound, and that's interesting. So we get triggering, wounding, karmic lesson, and presence, and so kind of come out sideways. And so I think patience has been a virtue during this transformation process. And so Pluto retrograde is bringing in a major shedding, a major releasing of relationships. Could be job relationships, romantic relationships, anything that really isn't serving you, because we're seeking. And this Pluto retrograde is bringing in a deep seeking energy, a need to go within, a need to seek your truth, because this is the paradigm shift we've been waiting for. So we might be going into a dark night of the soul here over the coming months, this Pluto retrograde, especially connected to Capricornian themes. And if you think of Capricornian energy, it is connected to the devil card, so toxic energy. Not to say Capricorns are toxic. I got lots of Capricornian friends, and I love me some Capricorn friends. But we could very well be doing that last home stretch, I feel, of the dark night of the soul. And those that have been on the journey, you do know we spiral many times into the depths of the shadows. I know I go into the shadows all the time. I'm a 9th house Scorpio, and so I go into the depths and I always come back into the light. And so Persephone energy is coming through, so you might want to read up on the story of Persephone. But we are in a timeline shift, is what it feels like. Definitely in a timeline shift. And so we do have to go inside to seek, and it can be dark. So, you know, there's no spiritual bypassing on the journey either. We have to do the deep dive. We have to bring it in. And it's uncomfortable to look in the mirror and to own your past mistakes, however misunderstood you might have been. And we all can play the victim at times. We all can go into victim mode and feel helpless and hopeless. And I've been a lost soul, and sometimes I dip into the dark night every now and then, sometimes just for a day or two. And so depression is a part of life. Soul suppression is a part of life. And we never get found if we don't get lost. And so you might have to tell somebody to get lost. But I think this Pluto retrograde is bringing in a deep yearning for seeking esoteric knowledge, the mysteries of life, a deeper curiosity of, why am I here? What is my purpose? And so somebody, I feel, is coming into an illumination of a relationship that is unveiling a lot. And so we got the divine feminine, trauma and wounds came through, transformation. I kind of placed it on the karmic lesson with the presence card sideways. And so there is a need to learn to be fully present. And let's face it, every person we meet plays a vital role on our journey, right? People come to heal us, to show us the way. People come to hurt us. People come to trigger us. People come to teach us. People come for us to be teachers for. And so we go through many cycles of pain, and pain does bring illumination. There is no enlightenment or illumination without pain. And so we need to recognize certain dynamics. There's karmic dynamics. There's people that come to teach us in a negative way. And then there's people that come to teach us in a positive light. And so somebody here is coming into an awakening or a realization and working through a very painful past life experience. And so there's a karmic wound here. There's an opportunity, I think, to make amends for a second chance. And it doesn't mean that you have to get back together with somebody either. A second chance just might mean reconciling differences, making amends, creating closure. And so there is a divine feminine here, I feel, that has gone into the depths of healing some deep familial past life wounds. And so the women carry the generational impact for up to 7 generations before and after through the sacral chakra, through the womb. And that's interesting because I had that sacral chakra pain before I started channeling the energies today. And so the divine feminine really does exhibit so much strength. The divine feminine has this natural ability to nurture and grow and make anything more beautiful through gentleness and compassionate patience. And so there is a need to identify a repetitive pattern here if you are resonating as a divine feminine, in order to allow deeper healing and releasing to take place before a soulmate commitment can come in for a second chance. And so bottom line is, get ready to get triggered in the energies today. There are very challenging triggers coming up. You're going to be put to the test in a certain situation. Maybe you're being triggered because somebody ghosted you, disappeared on you. Maybe you do want to curse somebody. I know I wanted to curse my counterpart for the longest time, and I did curse them out loud to the universe and to God. Curse this man, all kinds of nasty names at first from all of the pain and the betrayal, right? And so that is also the energy of what you send out there will come back to you. So watch the negative mindset. But there is a need to recognize, like, we go into certain soul agreements, and some of them are temporary. Some of these soul agreements are there to trigger and poke the bear in order to poke that wound to completely be exposed. But there's a pattern here. A need to address a pattern with yourself and another. And it could be a running, chasing pattern. Some type of toxic behavior that needs to be corrected. That is from a past life wound. So let's jump in with the tarot. Let's see what else is coming through today. Look at that. Okay, we get the 6 of Cups upright and the Page of Swords in reverse. So somebody is watching. Somebody has watched a divine feminine, I feel, also transform her wounds and has not been communicating. I always feel somebody's spying and watching somebody go through a transformation with all of the butterflies, and it looks like, you know, inner child. There's a young boy here, and so we got a boy on the card that I feel has shifted their perception about a divine feminine, watching her heal and grow. And I do think there is a revisiting or reconnection or reconciliation with the 6 of Cups. There's that temperance angel, if you see, trying to bring 2 people together, maybe after embracing a lot of deep inner child healing connected to repetitive patterns, ancestral, deep familial ancestral patterns. And so there is the return of a soulmate from the past, twin flame, whatever you call it, that wants to make amends, that I feel really isn't speaking up. Somebody's watching. They want to come in. They're watching somebody work. So you could be in the public eye. You could be starting to receive recognition for the creative content that you put out there. Maybe you do something where you're getting paid well, some type of craft, or not witchcraft, but some type of craft. Maybe you're starting to build an excellent reputation. Somebody here, I feel, is building an excellent reputation. And then we got the trumpet energy. So it's like Gabriel's like blowing the horn, blowing the trumpet saying, hello, wake up there. You can't keep watching in the shadows. You got to speak up. I just heard speak up. So the challenge might be communication. We do got a runner that is watching, wild ghosting, pretended to be invisible, acting like a victim, I think. But let's do 9 cards and let's see what needs to come through for a collective message today. All right, what do we got? We get the Ace of Cups in reversed, recent past. We get the Knight of Cups in reversed, recent past. And we get the Ace of Wands. So we got a foolish, smiling liar here that I think come in. There was an opportunity for a beautiful emotional experience here, but somebody was playing. The Knight of Cups in reverse is my love bomber. It's somebody that's Mr. Rico Suave. So we could have a water sign male. It doesn't have to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But we got somebody that comes in and they love bomb. They speak all kinds of sweet talking words of love. They come in like a Mr. Romancer. They flirt. They're fickle. They come in. They sweep you off your feet. They bring in a lot of passion. And then they dump you like a hot potato. And so I do feel there's a need to revisit that. So we get the 6 of Cups. We get the Sun card in reversed. And so that's the central energy. That's a timing card. Something about this Lionsgate, this Leo season, this 888 portal. We're going to have to revisit something here. So something is starting today that is going to have to be revisited by Leo season, connected to a past betrayal. So somebody might have to pack up and leave a home situation behind before bringing in some type of offer. I also feel a heart awakening. I feel we got somebody here really in the depths of some emotions, doing a deep dive about an amazing opportunity that I think they played themselves. They played themselves. Whenever you play somebody else in a sudden love affair, trust me, you play yourself. And so I do feel somebody here probably got deeply hurt. We had a divine feminine that might have been deeply hurt by this emotional experience. And now it's time to take action. Look at that. There is victory here. Right below the 6 of Cups, there is an opportunity for things to be reworked. There is victory here. Public recognition. We get the Knight of Coins, though, in reversed. We get the 7 of Swords. And so, yeah, there needs to be like a major confession. There needs to be a major confession because somebody here, I feel, is just losing their peace of mind. They can't keep running, right? They are. They're feeling hexed. They're feeling cursed. They're losing their mind. They might be losing a lot of material things at this time because they weren't honest, because something embarrassing is coming out. Somebody here is definitely in the dark night of the soul. They don't have any joy in their life. They're going through an epiphany, which is creating a victimhood mentality, I feel. And there is a conflict here. So get ready to face a conflict. Somebody here is really having to face the mirror, and I don't think they can go anywhere. It's like they're in that fun house, and wherever they go, they're looking in the mirror at themselves. It's like, I also feel too this energy of wherever they go, this person sees you and everybody, so they can't escape this. There's no escaping this. And there is a need to move on, I think, from a karmic situation here. The 8 of Cups with the Queen of Wands reversed. There could be a karmic feminine creating all kinds of drama, but something here is coming to a dead stop. There could be an emotional outburst that gets somebody to move on from something more than what they've been experiencing. Because the Queen of Wands reversed is codependent, controlling, jealous, possessive. And so power and control issues are also going to be huge. We could have a fire sign with a water sign. But there is a home situation being left behind and walked away from. Somebody is learning to stand up for themselves. Maybe they're leaving with just like a bag on their back and their freaking dog. I don't know. But there's big life changes ahead, and there is a need to heal a past misunderstanding. So somebody needs to go back. There's that spire. There's that little spy card. And so we do have somebody here that needs to go back and heal something. We kind of got like a 4 of Swords at play. They're going to keep facing challenges, delays, obstacles, bad karma until they go back and heal something. And this could be like 4 years in the making for real. So there's a wake-up call about a missed opportunity here. Somebody here is getting a wake-up call. Maybe it's a Leo, but let's clarify this Sun in reversed. because there's an epiphany here that I think is getting somebody to do a deep dive into what needs to be corrected. Yeah, so we get the wise counsel in reverse, Taurus energy, fixed energy. We get the 8 of Wands. We get the Queen of Coins. Yeah, somebody has to go back. We got a divine feminine here that is generous, practical, giving. She's got an opportunity in her hand. She's holding the pentacle. She is completely grounded and rooted in reality. She knows what she wants. She's going after what she wants. She could be a business owner. And there's that rebirth energy. And so what I see here is a feminine is proceeding with or without a soulmate. She's committed to self. And that really is what will attract that twin soul or that committed soulmate relationship. When you are fully committed to your path and yourself, and you make your entire life beautiful, your home life, your family life, when you're practical and you're generous. This is the most mature, abundant queen in the tarot. And so we have, I would say, an older divine feminine. I would say 40 or older. I would say older, right? I don't know. When you're 20, you think older. But I do feel somebody is coming in with a lot of communication. And this might be an unorthodox type of commitment. Breaking the mold, breaking traditions, breaking away from institutions. There could be a divorce going on here too. This could mean like a divorce too. The Hierophant reverse, like a breakdown of a false commitment. But I feel somebody is really recognizing what they missed out on. And they're looking at this Queen of Pentacles and they're like, I got to go back. I got to go back. That was my life partner. There's a swan on this boat. We could have a man that ran away from a woman and their child, or we could have a single mother here with a child or children. And this person looks like they're booking it back. They're finding their way back to a peaceful place. That was my peace. That person was my peace is what I heard. And so somebody is coming out of a depression of some sort, but they can't come out of that depression until they go back to this Queen of Coins, earth energy. But there's like so much apprehension about bringing in a loyal, dedicated offer because I think there's fear of rejection. So what's the holdup with the Knight of Coins in reverse? There could have been a cheating scenario in the past as well, which is also preventing somebody from going back due to that being embarrassing. You get Virgo energy, so double Virgo on that Knight of Coins in reversed. We get the Magician, more Virgo, Gemini. We get the 8 of Coins. Yeah, I think embarrassment of having to go back. I also feel somebody is all done introspection when it comes to learning all they can about this queen. They've been watching her transform, maybe doing their own esoteric research while making big changes. And now it's time to go. It's time to go, to shed the old, to bring in the new. I also feel an awakening of some Akashic memories. There is a period of enlightenment, I feel, coming to a successful end. This is about coming out of the closet. Somebody's coming out of hiding. And I think there's fear of investing, right? Because maybe this person is afraid to give up some type of independence. They're not going to get out of this dark night of the soul energy until they come back and make a past injustice right. So this is about righting a past wrong. The divine is pushing somebody. We get Libra, we get Aquarius energy. And so Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, it's time to lay down these burdens. It's time to lay down the past mistakes, the past burdens, to clear up any past misunderstandings, to release victim mentality, victimhood. And so everything kind of has to come out. Everything is coming out in order for a transformation to take place here. So let's get a last closing message here for the collective. So abandonment, an abandonment wound. That's going to be a challenge that needs to be overcome. I feel this Pluto retrograde, that feeling of aloneness and unwantedness. And then we've got a teacher. So on the other side of this retrograde, we're going to have so many people that have gone into the healing of the abandonment wound, that are being called to not only seek that higher esoteric education, but then are being called to share that knowledge fulfilled within. And so somebody here, I think, is working on manifesting fame. Somebody here is stepping into some type of leadership. There is a divine feminine, I feel, stepping into famed leadership, becoming a recognized member of society, and going through a royal blooded lineage activation when it comes to some DNA or like a crowning. And so the crowning is like the soul star chakra, a soul star chakra activation, and stepping into being the heir to the throne. We've got a divine feminine being gifted her royal blood lineage is what it feels like. And I also feel there could be a masculine here working through some anger that is stuck in some type of arranged marriage, watching a divine feminine flourish. And there's a family burden here for sure that needs to be released. The twins did come to release the family burden and patterns of third party. And with the South Node in Libra, this is really loud, I feel, which is also why Twin Soul has been so loud again in the readings. And so there's a masculine that is learning to control their anger. I think there's a lot of negative reactions to a very negative situation, which is pushing the masculine to leading his way back to love of self, back to love of his true divine feminine. And I feel there's like the great return energy coming through. And I feel there is a masculine here in some type of karmic union that's either based on an old past life family lineage, or it's based on status, like a status quo foundation, or just purely out of money and wealth. Or maybe like feeling obligated, feeling trapped, that bondage energy, right? Didn't that come through, feeling trapped by a karmic feminine that I feel is trying to instill hurt and pain to keep somebody stuck. So you decide who you are, but there is a healing of these past wounds, a recognizing of the patterns to heal them for future generations going on here. So we can't keep perpetuating the karmic lineage. We got to clear it, and that's kind of what's going on, this Pluto retrograde. So that's what I have for a daily message. I think it's bigger than a daily. I think get ready for this Lionsgate. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to check out the description box below and head on over to the membership side if you want to figure out how this retrograde is going to be personally affecting you through the houses. Come and check it out, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.